And you know, I know a lot of people were thinking that the Ultimate Warrior passing away was probably another rumor, because as a kid, just to kind of give you a little story, as a kid a long time ago, during the whole thing with the Ultimate Warrior when he was hot, and when the Ultimate Warrior made his disappearance and everything, rumors were speculating that the Ultimate Warrior had died, the Ultimate Warrior dyed his hair, the original Ultimate Warrior died, and a new one came in. There were so many rumors. You know, rumors in wrestling is like peanut butter and jelly. JR said it best when he said that. Rumors in wrestling are like peanut butter and jelly. They go great together. And the Warrior was pretty much a character in his own right. You know, we all believed that he died and everything else like that. Then he shows up at WrestleMania 8 to save Hulk Hogan. And it was just tremendous to watch. You know, as a kid, I still remember all the ridiculous promos that he would come out and he would say a bunch of things. He would ramble on about things. And as a kid, when I heard what he was talking about, I was like, wow, that sounded badass. What the hell was he talking about? And then some of the classic matches that the Ultimate Warrior had with men like the Honky Tonk Man, when he won his first Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam of 1988 in Madison Square Garden in New York City. You couldn't pick a better place to win a championship than over in the Mecca Arena, Madison Square Garden, the world famous arena. And then the Ultimate Warrior had his great feud with the late, great Andre the Giant. He also had a great feud with Ravishing Rick Rude. I still remember some of those matches. And of course, the legendary battle that took place at the Royal Rumble, when every superstar was being thrown in the 1990 Royal Rumble in Orlando, Florida. When every superstar was thrown out except two. The Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan. Every single person that was watching this match, everyone stood up on their feet because they couldn't believe their eyes, because they saw the immortal Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior face to face. And it was an encounter that no one will ever forget. It sent goosebumps up and down the main event spine. And then we go from there to WrestleMania 6. Skydome in Toronto, Canada, April 1st, 1990. Ultimate Challenge. Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior. Champion versus champion, title for title. And somewhere out in that crowd was a future WWE Hall of Famer who would make a huge name for himself in the form of the Rated R Superstar Edge. The match was fantastic. The match was cool. It was one of the greatest WrestleMania matches in the history of WrestleMania and in the history of the WWE. Two baby faces, two good guys going at it for two prestigious titles. For the World Heavyweight title, for the WWE World, well, okay, let me call it like I see it. The WWF Championship and the Intercontinental Championship. And in the end, Hogan lost, Warrior won. And Hogan hands the title to the Warrior, and they embrace in front of 68,000 fans in the Skydome. A moment that will live in eternity. And I love that match. Even though I was for Hulk Hogan, the Warrior that night truly deserved it. There are a lot more moments, including one in particular, WrestleMania 7, between the Macho Man and the Ultimate Warrior, career versus career. Macho Man even knew the power of the Ultimate Warrior, and he went down too. There's a lot of great Warrior moments that everyone remembers. And there's a lot of few bad things that a lot of people do remember as well. But I don't feel a need to mention that on my show, because this is about paying respect to the Ultimate Warrior. It's about paying respect to the man that every kid, every man, woman, and child that has ever grew up watching wrestling. You think of Hogan, you think of Macho Man, And then you think of the Ultimate Warrior. You think of the face paint. You think of the biceps. You think of the tassels. You see him running down the aisle and headed straight to the ring, coming in, kicking ass, 1, 2, 3. He was done in over a minute. That was the Ultimate Warrior. So once again, on behalf of every wrestling fan, and to you, to the Ultimate Warrior's family, I just want to say thank you, Ultimate Warrior, and once again, I'm very sorry. I apologize, and I also want to send out my condolences to the family. The Ultimate Warrior was truly a wrestling legend. He was truly a wrestling icon. And I said he didn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. But after that Hall of Fame induction speech, I've changed my mind. The Warrior deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He deserves to be in the same limelight as all the wrestlers before him. Truly, the Ultimate Warrior didn't deserve to die. But then again, Owen Hart didn't deserve to die. Eddie Guerrero didn't deserve to die. The Big Boss Man, Kurt Hennig, the British Bulldog, Brian Pillman, and many others didn't deserve to die. We all wish they were here with us right now, being inducted into the Hall of Fame. But it is what it is. And now the Ultimate Warrior is up there with all those great legends. And we say, we give our respects to the Warrior, and we say thank you to the Ultimate Warrior. You will live in infamy in all of eternity. And that is going to do it for this edition of the Main Event Talk. Thank you all for watching. And to you, Ultimate Warrior, your name, your legacy will never be forgotten. The spirit of the Warrior lives inside of all of us because of you. I apologize. I am sorry. And we thank you. Why? Because I can and I want to. Any questions? Enough said. Long live the Ultimate Warrior, and may your legacy live in all of eternity.